Hey guys, and welcome to a new news video. There's a few things we're going to talk about today. The first is this post here from niantic support. They are saying we're investigating reports that some players are being incorrectly flagged by our systems and receiving punishments on their accounts. We will share an update as soon as we are able. Okay, and then if you go dive deeper into this, there are some Reddit posts made. This one is 17 hours or 18 hours ago now. Clearly states, stop playing Pokemon Go if your device is below iOS 13. If you are on iOS 12 and below, you will receive a ban. Either update if possible, or stop playing is the advice for now. Any advice version below 13 seems to make Niantic think you're cheating, therefore throw a ban at you. Safest way to stop playing until Niantic acknowledges and finally fixes the issue and removes any ban from affected accounts. Okay, and I'm gonna go to another post here. So this is one of the people who were saying that they got incorrectly flagged. I received a warning, I checked and nobody else had logged into my Google account. I only ever use the app, but I usually play Ingress simultaneously. I am using an iPhone 6s Plus running iOS 11. How can I resolve this? You are not alone. But Niantic is ignoring it. Well, finally acknowledged it via Niantic help. There are many people complaining here. And the thing is, you get a 7-day strike the first time that you get incorrectly flagged. And what they are saying, I believe, is that you get a couple of times you get a 7-day strike. But if you continuously get flagged, then eventually you will get a 30-day strike. And it could even get worse to a permanent ban. So this is definitely a big issue. Many people are obviously being frustrated by it. So here's another article. Not going to read the entire thing here, but the thing is that it is good that Niantic acknowledges this, because if they don't, then the community will just tell these people who are complaining that they're cheaters. Now that Niantic Help has officially said that there is a problem, at least the community can understand the problems for these people. Because this is not the first time that this has happened. I remember, let's see how it's called, one of the Xiaomi devices, I think, or I don't know which one it was, but it was a while ago. There was already a device that was getting these strikes, and nobody believed these people, because it was just a few people running that device. And you know, you can imagine that if somebody says like, oh, I got banned but I didn't do anything wrong, then everybody's just going to say, yeah, that is precisely what a spoofer would say. So that's why I'm saying it's very important that Niantic actually acknowledges the problem, so that the people who are making the complaints are not being seen as spoofers by the community. The more important thing is if Niantic is going to fix this, because they definitely need to fix this very soon. So this is not the first problem. We now have a problem with cheaters in the Go Battle League and Niantic not being able to find out how they cheat. And at the same time, Niantic is putting out bans to people who have done nothing wrong. So they definitely need to correct some things right now. Data miner. Okay, we'll go to the data mine from GoHub. Next subject. Some things about the GoFest. General ticket 1 and 3 are for GoFest. Interestingly enough, ticket 2 is for Weedle. Also, we've never seen a single event take up 2 tickets before. Well, 2 tickets. It is a 2-day event, so you could get 1 ticket per day. Or they could do what they have done for the previous Safari or GoFest event as well, which is that you have a normal time and a early access time. So for me, when I went to Dortmund, I think the normal start time was either 10 or 11 a.m. and till 6, I believe. But if you got the early access ticket, you could start already at 8 a.m. and until the same end time. This is what I did. So it wouldn't surprise me if they have 1 normal ticket and 1 early access ticket here. Weedle, some updates. friendship. They've updated the text to indicate that you're not online but sharing your online status, because you need to be online to play the game. It also appears that this flag will cross games as well. So once you opt in for one game, you opt in for them all. Okay, that's interesting. It will be interesting to see if your friends list will indicate if you're playing one of the other niantic games or not. Or just say that you're online. So it might say like somebody is online, but he's playing a different game, like Ingress or Wizards. Something about gift updates. Raid invite updates. Sword and Shield expansion close. Okay, so we know that the Sword and Shield expansion is coming really soon. I believe in 2 days, 17th of June. And they are going to make new clothes in Pokemon Go. So it's not really surprising. Often when they make a new Pokemon game, then Pokemon Go will have something to do with it. In this case, we will get extra clothes. Now this one is interesting. Dragon Boat Festival. Just an event name. The official Chinese Dragon Boat Festival is Thursday, June 25th to Saturday, June 27th, according to Pokemon Go Hub. Niantic has already announced that the Solstice-themed event will end on June 24th and the Bug-out event starts on June 22nd. So you can see that between those events, there's really only one day, the 25th of June, that has a possibility. Because before the solstice or after the Bug-out event doesn't make sense when you look at the time of the Dragon Boat Festival. So that is why GoUp is speculating for a one-day event. And well, it's called Dragon Boat Festival, so surely it will be an event related to dragon type Pokemon. But so far the only thing we have is the name, so we cannot speculate too much. That's interesting. Alright, now we're going to go to the next subject. And this post is from Go Stadium. It has something to do with the 32-bit phones that are not going to be supported anymore from August, starting August. So we can go here. I just want to read this little text here because I think they make a good point. The timing is likely the worst possible timing to announce ending support for these lower-end older devices, when a month ago the US unemployment rate was 13.3 amid a global pandemic. So basically they're saying that in the current status of the world, many people are struggling financially. So if you're going to force people right now to buy a new phone to play Pokemon Go, this is not so easy for many people. So finally they are saying it had something to do with Google. Here they're saying an interesting thing to note here is this isn't a solely Niantic decision. It's enabled in part by Google forcing an August 1st deadline. So apparently Niantic has to keep up with Google. And they're saying finally that we all realize that these are changes that are important for the game. And while it affects us, is there ever a good time to announce you will no longer support 10% of an operating system? No. Was there a better time to do so? Probably, because now we are in a global crisis, kind of. One more thing is I'm going to go to this list. They made a list here of all the Android phones that are not going to be supported anymore from the 1st of August. So you can see here on the left, I'm just going to slowly scroll through it, and you can check if your phone is in there. Because if it is, it means it has 32-bit, and you should be able to find it in your system yourself. And you will need to make a decision if you're going to buy a new phone or not, because otherwise you won't be able to play the game anymore. Alright, that being said, I'm going to go to the next subject. That is a new picture for the Pokemon Go Fest 2020. So, not any info is come out for Go Fest yet. We just saw in the code something about 2 tickets. But I'm still going to try to get some information out of this picture. Because sometimes you can kind of speculate on what kind of Pokemon are seen here. Let me make it a little bit bigger here so we can see the Charizard. Okay, so there is a Charizard. I don't have much to say about that. Maybe a few of them will spawn in the wild or something. Alone and Executor. Okay, very possible that a couple of those are going to spawn during the Safari of the Go Fest. As you all know, it is a shiny Pokemon. Can be shiny. So, yeah, I think that's a nice Pokemon. One thing is that it has had many events already. So I feel that it's not that special anymore. But it is a fun Pokemon to get shiny for sure. We have Pikachu and Eevee. Not surprised about it at all. Many of these Go Fest will let Eevee and Pikachu spawn. We'll have to see if they're going to get a different kind of costume or if they're going to go back to the Flower Crown costume. Personally, I'm hoping for Flower Crown because those Pokemon can actually evolve. And for Eevee, it is hard to get all the shinies for the Flower Crown. So you definitely want to get a lot of events to try and get like 8 shiny Flower Crowns to try and get all of the evolutions shiny with Flower Crown. With Chinchou, is already shiny released. Maybe it's going to spawn a bit. Then we have Unown here. We'll have to see what the specific name is going to be for the Go Fest that they're going to use for the Unown. And we see Gibble here, so that's very interesting. So why would I put Gibble in the Go Fest picture if they're not going to spawn it? I feel that they are putting it there for a reason. And I'm also thinking that if they put it on a picture, then surely they're not going to make only 1 per 2,000 spawns during the event. Surely it's actually going to spawn quite a bit. So I am hopeful for a good amount of Gibble spawns. Then we have here Seviper and Zangoose. Okay, so the last time I talked about the Go Fest and the speculations, I said that during every Go Fest they have a regional. And it's going to be a regional that usually does not appear in the region where the Go Fest is taking place. So I also said because the Go Fest is taking place everywhere, it's hard to find one regional because it's going to be the same regional for a country somewhere. So the solution that I came with is if you have 2 regionals that are in different locations, and if you buy a ticket, the location will swap. So what we see here is Seviper and Zangoose, and those are 2 regionals that have opposite locations of one another. So this is a perfect opportunity to, if you buy a ticket, to have the location of these Pokemon swapped, so you get a Pokemon in the wild that you usually don't. Furthermore, both of these Pokemon can be shiny. So for me, I have Zangoose locally in the Netherlands, but if I could hunt for shiny Seviper, I would be really happy with that. And then finally we have Snorlax here. So usually during every Go Fest, a new shiny Pokemon is going to be released. Now if we're looking at this picture, then all of the Pokemon here, except for Snorlax, can already be shiny. So could that mean that Snorlax is going to be the shiny Pokemon for Go Fest? I'm hopeful. I think it will be an epic shiny Pokemon. And if it would be the case, then I'm sure that it's going to be easy enough to get for most of the players, because usually during the Go Fest the odds are like 1 in 50 and there are so many spawns that you should be able to get the shiny Snorlax. Furthermore, you only need 1 because Snorlax is not going to evolve. So looking at this picture, I am hopeful for a fun event, because if it is indeed the case that we're going to get Seviper and Zangoose in different regions, if we're going to get Gibble spawns, if we would get shiny Snorlax, it would be a good event in my eyes. However, it is all speculation, remember that. We'll have to see, wait for more information to come out. Those are all the subjects that I wanted to talk about today. We'll see when more information comes out. I believe the Go Battle League is still under maintenance, so it's taking a long time. Hopefully they will get a solution for that, and they will find a solution for falsely banning iOS players. And we'll see you in the next episode.